You're tuned in to BS with Joe, the podcast where common sense still makes sense. We break down the news, the culture, and the crazy, one blunt conversation at a time. Buckle up. This is going to be good. Let's start with this, the Tylenol and autism debate. To us, it feels like a grocery store dragging the prep kitchen out into the aisle. Nobody wants to see raw chicken dripping on the floor. We just want the finished meal that's cooked and safe to eat.
Instead, what we get is politicians throwing food at doctors. Regulatories ducking behind the counters, and then everybody turns around and says, "Trust us, it's safe." That doesn't exactly build confidence.
Exactly. The back room is supposed to be where the messy prep happens. The arguments, the testing, the peer review. The sales floor is where you hand the public something polished, clear, and ready to go.
But right now, we're blurring the line. No one's yelling, "It causes autism," and the other side is yelling, "No, it doesn't." And the rest of us are just standing in the aisles wondering when the casserole's evenly cooked thoroughly.
So here's what we did. We looked at the studies, we checked the testimony, and here's the short version. The best study, 2.5 million pregnancies in Sweden, shows no causal link. When researchers compared siblings, the association with autism practically disappeared. That points to genetics and environment, not Tylenol when used as directed.
Correct. So those headlines screaming Tylenol causes autism, they're conversationally skipping the fine line that the strong data says otherwise.
Now, you'll hear experts like Christina Parks make the glutathione argument, and biochemically she's not wrong. Acetaminophen uses up glutathione, and that's your body's main antioxidant defense. In theory, if glutathione runs low, inflammation could get worse, maybe even in the brain.
That sounds scary, but there's a catch. Normal doses don't take glutathione the way an overdose does. So it's a theory that hasn't been proven to translate into real-world autism cases.
Right. And then there's the Amish argument. They don't use Tylenol and they don't have autism. Truth is, autism does exist in Amish kids. Maybe at lower rates, maybe underreported, but it's not zero. And there are a ton of other factors, lifestyle, environment, even how diagnoses get made.
Right. Slam dunk on people that want it to be the Amish living completely different lives. Less processed foods, less population, less pollution, more community. It doesn't just blame on the credit on one pill bottle.
Right. Now, here's where Tylenol is a big deal. Overdoses in the U.S. every year. Acetaminophen poisoning sends around 56,000 people to the ER, hospitalizes 2,600, and kills almost 500 or over 500 people. It's a leading cause of acute liver failure.
I could see those numbers going up with the TikTok videos that we've seen recently.
Yeah.
That's huge. But let's not confuse things. These overdoses, not somebody taking 2 tablets for a headache. Apple appeals to apples and skyscrapers.
Right, we're comparing apples and skyscrapers.
Yeah, we're comparing apples and skyscrapers.
It's not apples and oranges. This is apples and skyscrapers.
Correct. Yeah, you gotta look at the dose levels of the Tylenol.
Right. And in pregnancy, overdoses do happen, but they're rare. Case reports show that if treated quickly with the antidote, both mom and baby can do okay. But it proves the point. Too much Tylenol can be toxic. That's why guidance is always lowest dose, shortest time, talk to your doctor.
And maybe if you can go without Tylenol, go without Tylenol.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is Tylenol is not a saint. It's not a villain either. It's a tool. Don't abuse it.
You abuse it, it'll hurt you.
Yeah, it'll hurt you. Still, the safest opinion we've got is for pain and fever in a pregnancy. It's all we have. It's Tylenol.
And here's the bigger issue, trust. People don't lose face because data changes. They lose face because the messaging changes without explanation. Every time the back room fills, the fight spills onto the sales floor, confidence erodes.
If the experts want us to trust them, keep the food fight in the kitchen. Show us the data. Admit that you don't know what you don't know. Serve raw scraps on the sales floor. Call it dinner. Yeah, it's just be honest with the public and just don't go into tirades.
Yeah. So that's what we tried to do here. Look at the evidence, strip away the noise, and tell you straight. The science says Tylenol looks safe in pregnancy when used carefully. You don't have to take our word for it. You be the judge.
And in the meantime, let's stop treating the grocery aisles like a gladiator pit, because regular folks just want to trust, just want the truth, not a food fight.
Right. And this is BS with Joe.
That's it.